Let's take a live look in the High Sierra at this hour, where fresh snow made life a nightmare for commuters who were trying to get home last night. Here you can see things moving fine now, but before, people had to wait for hours. ABC 10's Bridget Biorlo will have an update from the Sierra in just a few moments. But first, let's check in with meteorologist Rob Karlmark. Rob, are conditions going to be better today?
I think people are just pleased seeing cars moving on 80. Yesterday, it was the parking lot. And by the way, getting caught up on all the traffic woes from yesterday, it was a bad one of the all-time ones, certainly for this year in many years. Okay, let's go ahead and get you caught up with what's going on today. It is cold with some fog out there, but the wind is really the secret sauce about today. It's keeping some really dense fog from forming, and it will keep you chillier if you're not prepared for it later on today. 40 degrees in Stockton, 32 in Auburn, and 21 for Truckee. So some of the higher elevation temperatures are actually coming up a little bit compared to where we were just recently. But that 7-mile-per-hour wind in places like Sacramento, that's really the secret from keeping the really dense stuff from forming everywhere. Now, the air is really wet and ready to go, but you keep a little bit of wind stirring things up, and fog has a difficult time forming. You're going to get dew on your windshield, but probably not much more than that. High pressure sets up right on top of us, so it's going to be quiet this entire week. This weekend, we are looking at some changes, not major ones, but remember the plan for today. A jacket for the cold temperatures, a jacket handy for the breezy temperatures, and it's going to be dry this week. We'll talk more about the weekend changes coming up a little bit later on. For more on the snow situation, we're going to go to Bridget Biorlo, who's bundled up and ready to go. And I'm telling you, what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, it was just horrible yesterday. What are you seeing so far this morning?
That's right, Rob. A chilly start to the day. It's around 19 degrees here where we are in Kingvale, but a much different scene on the interstate than last night when drivers waited up to 6 hours just to get down the mountain due to spinouts over Donner Summit. We saw about a foot of snow that fell over the last 24 hours, adding to all the snow that's already here. Take a look at this mountain of snow at this Shell gas station. This area has been seeing so much activity. It's been such a busy winter, and when a big rig slides in these conditions, it can cause major backups on the freeway. Take a look at this video. This is I-80 right near Truckee, and as you can see, we have this semi that spun out, and it took 3 CHP patrol cruisers to access this vehicle, pull it out of the way so that other cars can go through, open back up the interstate, and bring that semi out to safety. It just goes to show why mountain travel is highly discouraged during these major snow events. And I-80, not the only one. Take a look at Highway 50. This is some video of the traffic cameras from Caltrans, and this is Myers right near the circle. If you come back from South Lake Tahoe going back to Sacramento, you know you got to hit this circle. It's unavoidable. And as you can see, there are rows of cars bumper to bumper, not getting anywhere. Not a fun experience for drivers, and that's why the CHP was warning people, don't wait till Sunday night to come home, especially when it's snowing. And coming back out here alive, not getting any snow as of yet. We hit a little bit of rain and ice as we were heading up here to the Truckee area, but as you can see, there is a lot of snow on the ground that's accumulated. When this turns to ice, it can really create some hazardous driving conditions, so expect slick roads if you're heading up to the Truckee area. There's also chain controls in effect currently. For more on that, Jordan is tracking it in the studio. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning, Bridget. Yeah, you know, it really goes to show that no matter what kind of car you drive, whether it has four-wheel drive, there's a certain amount of snow where it just is a difficult situation for everybody, right? So chain control still in effect on both Highway 50 and Interstate 80 this morning. This is a look at that circle that Bridget was just referencing at Myers. Everybody has to go through here, right? And this is where we're seeing chain controls from here on Highway 50 further down all the way through Pollock Pines area this morning. So let's get to those. On I-80 this morning, Nyack to State Line, that's where we're seeing those chain controls this morning. They are constantly changing. I've seen the chain controls shift a little bit, less and less throughout the morning as that snow isn't falling, but crews are working really hard to clean up these areas. Myers to Sawmill Undercrossing, like I said, that's to near Pollock Pines area. from South Lake Tahoe all the way through there. That's where we're seeing those chain controls on Highway 50 this morning. Now, like Rob said, there's not going to be more snow today, but definitely going to see those chain controls persist throughout the day as crews start to clean those areas up. The only other place where I'm seeing any kind of delays this morning is 99 northbound between Ripon and Manteca. This is a place where we typically see traffic kind of building up around this time of morning, so just leave yourself some extra time if you are headed that way.